Before we proceed with question 9, please kindly share this video for me, and thank you for doing so. So we have to solve this equation, leaving the answer inside or radical form. Sorry. So we cross multiply. This will multiply this, and this will multiply this. So that will give us square root of 2x into bracket 2 plus root 2 is equal to 1 plus root 2 times 3 plus root 2x. So let's expand. This times this will give you 2 root 2x. And this times this will give you root 2 times root 2 is 2. So 2 root x. This times this will give you 3. And this times this will give you root 2x. Then this times this will give you 3 root 2. This times this will give you plus 2 root x. So let's combine like terms. We have 2 root 2x minus root 2x. That will give you root 2x. Then we have 2 root 2 here, and we have 2 root x here, 2 root x here. They will subtract and give us 0. So this will give us 3 plus 3 root 2. Now squaring both sides, you get 2x is equal to 3 plus 3 root 2 times 3 plus 3 root 2. So 2x will be equal to, this will give us 9. This will give us 9 root 2. Then this will give us 9 root 2 again. And this will give us 9 times 4. 9 times 2, which is what? 18. So we get 2x is equal to 18 plus 9 is 27 plus 18 root 2 all over 2 all over 2. So x will be equal to 27 plus 18 root 2 over 2. The b part, the sum of 3 consecutive terms of a linear sequence AP with a positive common difference is 9. If their product is negative 216, find the 3 terms. So let the 3 terms be a minus d, a, and a plus d. So these are consecutive terms. We keep adding d to get the 3 consecutive terms. And we're told that the difference is positive, so d is greater than 0. And we're also given that if their sum is is 9, so we add all these equal 9. So a plus a minus d plus a plus d is equal to 9. So this will give us, this and this will go. So this will give us 3a is equal to 9. So a is equal to 9 over 3, which is equal to 3. And we're also told that the product is 216. So A minus D times A plus D times A is equal to negative 216. So we put A equal 3 into this equation. Put A equal 3. So this will give us 3 minus D in the bracket 3 plus D times 3 is equal to negative 216. Now, if we divide through by 3, you will get, divide 3 through by 3, we get 216 divided by 3 is 72. So we get 3 times minus D plus 3. So that will give us 3 squared minus D squared. Difference of 2 squared is equal to negative 72. So 9 plus 72 will be equal to D squared. That is 81 will be equal to D squared. So D will be equal to positive square root of 81 because we're told that D is positive, which is 9. Therefore, the 3 times will be A, which is 3, A minus D, which is A minus D is 3 minus, so the 3 times will be A minus D, which is 3 minus 9, then 3, then 3 plus 9. So the terms will be negative 6, 3, and 12. For question number 10, we need to express 3x squared plus 7x plus 228 all over x cubed plus s squared plus 7x in partial fractions. So we know that we can rewrite this expression here as this. We can rewrite it as 3x squared plus 7x plus 28. We can factor the x in the denominator to obtain x squared plus x plus 7 is equal to, we can set it up to be of the form a over x. Then since we can't factor this, it becomes bx plus c all over x squared plus x plus 7. So what we have to do is to find the LCM here. So this is an identity. So we can find the LCM to obtain x into x squared plus x plus 7. Then x comes here. We have x squared, so a into x squared plus x plus 7. Then plus this goes here, we have x times, so x into bx plus c. So when we expand and equate the numerators, we will get 3x squared plus 7x plus 28 is equal to ax squared plus ax. Then we will get plus 7a. Then we will have plus bx squared plus cx. So when x is equal to 0, all this becomes 0. So this becomes 0, 0, 0. So we'll get 28 is equal to 7a. Divided both sides by 7, a will be equal to 4. Now comparing coefficients, we have a plus b. A plus b should be equal to the coefficient of x squared, which is 3. So we have equation 1 here. Then again, comparing coefficients, we will have, so when we put a here, we will get 4 plus b is equal to 3. So b will be equal to 3 minus 4, which is equal to -1. Again, comparing the coefficient of x, we have 7. 7 is equal to a plus c. So 7 is equal to 4 plus c. So c will be equal to 7 minus 4, which is equal to 3. So our partial fraction will now be, we will now have 3x squared plus 7x plus 28 all over x into x squared plus x plus 7 is equal to 4 over x, then plus 3 minus x all over x squared plus x plus 7. So that is it. If 6x squared minus 5y squared plus 3xy minus x is equal to 11, find the y dx at the point where x equal -1 and y equal 3. So we are going to use implicit differentiation over here. So given 6y squared, when we 6x squared, when we differentiate this, we will get 12x. So differentiating with respect to x, we get 12x. Then this will give us -10 y dy dx, since we are differentiating with respect to x. Then we have plus 3y. So 3 we differentiate x, we hold 3y and differentiate x. Then we now hold 3x and differentiate y. So that will give us plus 3x dy dx minus 1 is equal to 0. So the derivative of x is 1. So now what you're going to do is that we will group the terms that contain dy dx and factor it. So dy dx is here, dy dx is here. So we'll get 3x minus 10y dy dx is equal to, so we send the -1 there, we get +1, then minus 12x, and then we have minus 3y, minus 12x minus 3y. So we have to divide through by 3x minus 10y. So we have the y dx to be equal to 1 minus 12x minus 3y all over 3x minus 10y. Now, when we substitute the values of x and y, we get the y dx at x equal -1 and y equal 3 to be equal to 1 minus 12 into -1, then minus 3 into 3 all over. We have 3 into -1 minus 10 into 3. So this will be equal to 1 plus 12 minus 9 all over -3 minus 30. So we get -4 all over 33. So question 11 says we should write down the matrix P of the linear transformation P such that xy maps onto -2x minus y, -5x plus 3y. So the matrix P will be equal to -2, -1, so just the coefficients. Then we have -5, -5, then we have 3. And we're told that if q is equal to this, we are supposed to find p squared minus q squared. So p squared minus q squared is given by p squared minus q squared will be equal to p, which is -2, -1, -5, -3 times -2 minus -1, -5, 3 minus, and this will be q squared will be 5, 1, 2, 3 times 5, 1, 2, 3. So let's multiply. So row by columns. So the first row, -2 times -2 plus -1 times -5. Then we have -5 times -5 plus 3 times 3. Then we have -2 times -1 plus -1 times 3. Then we have -5 times -1 and plus 3 times 3 minus, so this one to repeat the same process here. 5 times 5, 5 times 5, which is 25, plus 2 times 1, so plus 2. Then we have 2 times 5, which is 10, plus 6, which is 16. Then we have 5 times 1, which is 5, plus 1 times 3, which is 8. Then we also have 2 times 1, which is 2, plus 3 times 3, which is 11. So you get 27 here, 8, 16, 11. Then over here we will get um, we get 9, -1, -5, then 14. So when we subtract, we will obtain -18, then minus negative, we have -18, we have -9, -18, -9. So let me write the result here. The result will be -18, -9, then we will get -21, then we have 3. So that is p squared minus q squared for you. We have to find matrix R if R is equal to q squared times p. So we found q squared to be 27, 8, 16, 11. And we found p to be -2, -1. Then we have -5, 3. So when we carry out the multiplication, we will get -94, then -3, then we have -87, 17. The center of a circle lies on y equal 2x plus 1. If x minus 2y minus 5 equals 0 is a tangent to the circle at 1, -2. Find the coordinates of the circle, or coordinates of the center. Coordinates of the center. I think that is what they want to find because of how the question started. So we can quickly sketch the circle, something like this. And let me see, 1, -2 is around this area. So that is 1, -2. Now the center of the circle is lying on the line y equal 2x. So y equal 2x plus 1. So let's say that the center of the circle is AB. So if it is AB, then it must satisfy the equation of this line. So the y is the b, so b is equal to 2a plus 1. We can call this equation 1. Then we're also told that this is a tangent. So the tangent meets this at 90 degrees. So the gradient of this line, from the equation we have, the equation of this line is x minus 2y minus 5 equals 0. So making y the subject, we have x minus 5 is equal to 2y. So y will be equal to x over 2 minus 5 over 2. So the gradient of this line is 1 over 2. So the gradient of this line times the gradient of this line should be equal to -1. m1 times m2 should be equal to -1. So the gradient of this line, is given by -2 minus b, using this point and this point. -2 minus b over 1 minus a. So times the gradient of this line, which is half, should be equal to -1. So this implies that -2 minus b is equal to -2 into bracket 1 minus a. So when I put b here, I'll get -2 minus 2a minus 1 is equal to negative 2 plus 2a. So um, we have negative 2 minus 1 plus 2 will be equal to 2a plus 2a. So this will give us negative 1 is equal to 4a. So a will be equal to negative 1 over 4. If that is the case, then b will be equal to 2 times negative 1 over 4 plus 1. And that will give us negative half plus 1. And negative half plus 1 is equal to half. Therefore, the center of the circle is negative 1 over 4, comma, half. Before we start solving the question 12, please, if you have not yet shared this video, try and share it this time. A bag contains 20 balls which are identical except for color. 12 are red and the rest are blue. So number of balls, that is the sample space, is 20, and number of red balls are 12. The number of blue balls are 8. Then we pick 4 at random from the bag, one after the other with replacement. Find the probability that the same color of balls are picked or are selected. So same color of balls, probability of same color will be equal to, we have the first one being blue, which is 8 over 20, and the second one is also blue, 8 over 20, third one blue, then fourth one blue. Or the first one is red, the second one is also red, then third one is red, and the fourth one is also red. So this will give us, when you calculate this, we will obtain 97 over 625. Calculate everything, this is what you get. Then probability of we obtaining more blue colors, more blue than red balls, more blue than the red balls, will be equal to either all are blue. So if all are blue, then we are going to get this. So it is 8 over 20 exponent 4. Or we have 3 are blue and 1 is red. So if 3 are blue, then we have these possibilities. Either the first one is blue, which is 8 over 20, and second one is blue, and so this is times, and third one is blue, but the fourth one is red, which is 12 over 20. Or we have first one blue, second blue, then third one red, then fourth one blue. Then we have first one blue, second one red, then we have times again, third one blue, then fourth one blue. Then finally we have first one being red, second blue, third blue, and fourth blue. So when we add this to this, we will get something like 112 over 625. Now, at least two of the red balls are selected. At least two. So that will be equal to 1 minus the one that we just calculated. So probability of at least two red balls will be equal to 1 minus the probability of what we just calculated. So 8 over 20 exponent 4 plus 4 times of 8 over 20 cube times 12 over 20. So this will be equal to 1 minus 112 over 625, and that is equal to 513 over 625. We have question number 13 here. For a group of 50 candidates, the mean and the standard deviation of their marks were found to be 64 and 7 respectively. It was later found that two of the marks, 65 and 54, were wrongly recorded as 56 and 45. So if 65 is recorded as 56, then the mark will be inflated by the mark will be deflated by 9. And if 54 is recorded as 45, the mark will also be deflated by 9. So in all, we realize that 18 marks less. So we know the mean is given by the summation of x over n, and we were told that this was equal to 64. So summation of x over n, which is 50, is equal to 64. So summation x will be equal to 64 times 50, and 64 times 50 will be equal to 3,200. So since it is less 18, the correct mean should be given by adding the 18 back. So mean should be equal to 3,200 plus the 18 over 50, and that should be equal to 3218 divided by 50, which should give us 64.36. Now, for the standard deviation, we know the standard deviation is given by s is equal to square root of the summation of x minus mean, all squares, over n. So we're told that the standard deviation is 7, and the summation of x minus mean all squared over n So squaring both sides, n is 50. So 50 times 49 will be equal to summation of the deviations squared. So 50 times 49 will be equal to 2450. So that is the summation of the deviations from the mean squared. Now, the question further states that 65 was wrongly recorded as 56 and 54 was recorded as 45. So how would that affect the sum? It will inflate it because the distance of 64 from 65 is 1. So 64, the distance is 1. When you square it, you get 1. Then for 45, for 54, the distance is 10. The distance is 10. And when you square it, you get 100. Then the wrong values. 56, the distance from 64 is, so 56 minus 64 is 8. So negative 8. When you square it, you get 64. Then for 45, the distance is 19. When you square it, you get 361. So instead of adding 1, you added 64. So you have to take it back. 2450 minus 63 because you inflated it by 63. Instead of adding 1, you added 64. Instead of adding 100, you added 361. So you have to reduce it by 261 because you inflated 100 by 261. So this will give you the summation, the correct summation of the mean from the x values squared, or the square of the deviations. So this, when you subtract this, 2450 minus 63 minus 261, you get 2126. So that is the correct value for this. So the standard deviation is supposed to be equal to square root of 2126 over 50, and that will give us 2126 divided by 50. That will give us 6.52 to 2 decimal places.